Okay, and alternately lift those knees up out to the side. Open up those hips, warm up those hip flexors, and warm up the shoulder joints. All right, bring the knees to the front and the arms straight down. So we're going to start by getting the blood flowing, getting the body warmed up. You're probably already warm, especially if you don't have AC. Definitely feel free to take water breaks at any time and modify any of the movements. You can always keep things low impact and not do any of the jumps. So I was in this boot camp Zoom and I was like all ready to start it, and then I was like, oh, I'll just quickly check the roster for tomorrow night's Ballet's class. And I switched over there, and then like I forgot I switched over, and then I started that meeting, and then I'm like sitting around waiting, wondering why no one joined the class. And then I remembered, oh, I switched over to check Ballet. And I exited out of that meeting and came in here. All right, bring the legs out straight. So you get those hamstrings and hip flexors. I'm just circling the arms to the front. Opposite arms. Kind of windmilling them forward. If this movement confuses you, don't worry about it. Just take out the arms and do the legs. In today's workout, the timing, the work interval is going to be 40 seconds. No surprise. Although last week we did 45 seconds, which killed me, that extra 5 seconds. And then we have 20 seconds of rest. There's going to be 5 exercises and then a break. All right. I try to vary it up. Sometimes we do 8 exercises, sometimes 4, sometimes 6. Let's squat. And part of the idea behind changing it up is just kind of keeping your body guessing. If you know in advance, right, there's some mental, psychological preparation that we're going to do 10 exercises in a row before the 1 minute long break, you might pace yourself a little bit. And also I kind of designed the workout a little differently. Drop that butt back and down, keep the knees and toes aligned with each other. And then when I do, 5, and then a long break of, by long I mean 1 minute break versus 20-second break. I also plan the exercises accordingly, so it's maybe more burpees or something. So today's workout is a little different from the other ones in the sense that, again, just trying to keep things different. So we're not doing the exact same work intervals all the time. Is that we're going to do nice long stride, legs hip distance apart, hip distance, and we lunge. Oh, I'm sweating already because I just turned on my AC. Anyways, today we're going to do 5 minutes, 1 minute rest, 5 exercises in a row, 1 minute rest. We're going to do 4 rounds of that. And then we're going to end with 10 minutes of straight abs. And if you've ever done my class before, give me 3 more. If you've ever done my class before, sometimes I throw in 5 minute abs at the end. And I realized, we can do 5 minutes. Why not do 10 minutes of nonstop abs? And the story behind that is, when I was in college, many, many decades ago, there's this VHS. This is before DVDs and all that stuff. It's like a cassette tape. There was this VHS called Abs of Steel. There was like 10 minutes straight of abs. And the instructor wore a leotard or something. Okay, 2 more. And we thought it was like the hardest thing in the world to do this 10 minutes straight of abs. So I was like, okay, well, things have changed since I've been in college. So I was like, I think I can do 10 minutes of abs straight. Changing up the abs, of course. Like, we're not doing the same abs the whole time. So for push-ups, hands nice and wide, wider than shoulders. You can be on your toes, you can be on your knees, and you can be kneeling. So kneeling is where you pull your knees underneath your hips. All right, bend those elbows to about 90 degrees. Chest lowers to about elbow height. Do about 4 more. All right, I don't want to do too many abs here, so I'm not doing abs at all. But a push-up was a plank. And basically, we're gonna end with 10 minutes of abs today, just as an ode to my college days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, so first exercise is going to be a squat to a knee lift like this. Non-jumping, in case you still feel like a need to warm up. All right, let's get it on. I'll show you the next exercise during the 20-second break.
Ready?
Hands behind the head, squat and knee lift. Really drive the knee up towards the elbow as opposed to bringing the elbows down to the knees. And don't forget the squat part, right? So we're getting nice and low, dropping that butt. Feet nice and wide, toes and knees turned out. You're not only feeling your legs, you're also feeling your obliques. Try to keep that chest up. For about 15 seconds. Keep going until you hear that long beep or ding. What is it? It's a ding. Okay. You do 1 push-up, and then you pull a knee to the opposite elbow. 1 push-up, knee to the opposite elbow. You can do push-ups on your knees, come up, knee to opposite elbow. Ready? Here we go. Push-up, knee. So a little bit of obliques again. Upper body, arm workout, chest workout, and abdominal workout here. Remember, a push-up is a moving plank. 1 push-up, knee to opposite elbow. Push-up, other knee to the other elbow. 10 seconds. When you hear that knocking, okay. Give our wrist a little break here. Well, sort of, not really. This is the boat. Abs, lift, reach, and push. Reach, push those hips up. So a little bit of glute work here. Abs. See if you can shoot those legs out nice and straight. If you want a little more challenge, arms go to the side instead of forward. Arms to the side instead of forward. Try to do a full hip extension here. It's actually a really good glute exercise that doesn't challenge or hurt your knees as much. This also gives you a nice chest stretch and a little bit of triceps right here. It's kind of a total body workout there. All right. I'm going to show you from this profile here. Squat and straighten the legs, or squat, kick up. So you either touch the floor and straighten your legs like you're going to jump, or you squat, put your hands down, and like you're going to kick into a handstand. So a little bit of a hip lift. Or no hip lift, squats, drive the glutes up. You'll feel a hamstring stretch right here. Okay? Or a handstand attempts. You really draw your abs up and in towards your spine. Brace those shoulders if you're doing the lifting. Land softly, toe, ball, heel into your squats. Remember, you don't have to jump right there. Straighten your legs. All right. A downward dog. This is focus on shoulders. So for once your butt gets to be in the air, hands and feet wide, push up, shoulder tap. Hand to opposite shoulder. All right? This is a downward dog, shoulder push-up focused push-up. A shoulder focused push up. I do want your hands and feet very wide so that when you take a hand off the floor and tap the opposite shoulder, you don't feel like you're going to fall on your face because you have a wide base in your feet. Okay? Very critical that your feet are apart. You can bend your knees a little bit. And of course, you can do push-ups on your knees. I should always mention push-ups on the knees. And then strong tap. All right, that's 5 exercises. You get a minute. We're going to start over. How are we doing? Everyone good? Sorry, joined the meeting late. Didn't get to chat with you all before class.
Ready?
Ignore that. Okay. Oh, that's just the first round. I can barely breathe. Next. Did you memorize it? You know, sometimes my brain works, sometimes it doesn't. So we have this one. Then we have the push-up and the opposite knee to elbow. And then we have the boat pose. And then we have that attempted handstand. And then we have, oh, what was the last one? Oh, the downward dog push-ups. Oh, I remembered everything without looking. We have 15 seconds. Wait here. 20 seconds. 20 seconds, and we're going to start the next round. All right, if you don't need that break, you can just start it. That's what it's going to be. Got 10 seconds. So your heart rate gets up, and you should kind of come back down. And now it's going to go up again, and it's really not going to come back down until after all 5 exercises. All right, that's why that minute break is kind of critical. It allows your body to kind of reset. Otherwise, you're kind of working in a fatigued state. You want to start feeling a little fresher each round, even though you're not 100% fresh, because obviously we didn't just start the workout. Everything gets progressively harder, not necessarily because of exercises, but because we're more fatigued. It would make sense to start with a burpee, right? It's like sometimes your body's not quite ready for burpees right at the beginning, so I usually put it sort of midway through. Okay, we're going to do our push-ups, knee to opposite elbow. Hands nice and wide.
Ready?
Here we go. One push-up, one knee to opposite elbow. Now, if you want to do more knees to elbows and less push-ups, then do a push-up and then do knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Do both sides before you do another push-up. Lots of options. Challenge yourself, but take the options because you know your body best. Eye gaze on the floor between your thumbs. You want to try to keep that head and neck aligned with the spine. Oh, stay on the ground. Stay on the ground. So again, if your arms are wide, this is more challenging for your abs. Lift, feet about hip distance apart, and try to push your hips up to knee height.
Ready?
Ready. Abs and glutes. Abs, glutes. A little bit of coordination too. Get all 4 limbs down, lift the butt. Put the butt down, lift all 4 limbs. See how that works? Just a little breather before we do our attempted handstand. Remember, you don't have to jump though. Just a quick refresher. Everyone's in the squat. You can put your hands down and straighten your legs, get that hamstring stretch. Or squat, where you put your hands down, a little bit of kick. All right?
Ready?
Basically, a jump with your hands on the ground. Jump with the hands on the ground. Or straighten your legs with the hand on the ground. Here it is from a different angle. Don't forget the squat. Get nice and low. My hair all over my neck. Gotta get it off. 3 seconds. All right, downward dog push-ups, and then we get our minute rest. Hands and feet wide. That's the important part. Just gonna hold here for a little hamstring stretch.
Ready?
Let's go. Push up. It should be more shoulder focused. Opposite hand taps the shoulder for a quick little balance check. This should feel different from a regular push-up because our butt's in the air. Our torso is tilted. It's not parallel to the ground. So more shoulders, less chest. You don't need to touch your forehead to the floor, just get it close. Nice. Nice hamstring stretch though. Kind of hung out in that last downward dog for a little while. Okay. Doing good, doing good. Round 2. Now here's the first exercise. In round 2, you get a whole minute.
Ready?
Grab that water. Here, I'll grab water. Okay. Ingrid's back outside. Life is good. So here's your lunge. Now, it's a down-up motion if you're not doing jumps. All right, you're gonna go as quickly as you can, and then the jumps is like this, in place. Your feet don't come together, they land in the same spot with a little bit of air. Okay, same side, same leg for 40 seconds. We'll do the other side later. And then we do our burpees. Got 20 seconds. So when we do our burpees, it's called double burpees. I'll let you guess what that means. That's right. 2 push-ups. Push-ups are optional. But if you want to do them, 2 push-ups, 2 jump backs, and when you stand up, 2 jumps in the air.
Ready?
Let's go. Use those arms. Up. Take the non-impact version, or you can do 1 non-jump and 1 jump. 1 no jump, 1 jump. Again, take your options. How high do you want to go? As high as you want. Use those arms. Soft landing, right into that perfect 90-degree bend lunge. 10 seconds. And then we got burpees. This is a challenging round because right after this, to do burpees, when your heart rate's already up, it's not easy. Double burpees. Feel free to walk the feet back. So if you're gonna walk it back, you can walk it back, walk it in, walk it back. 2 push-ups, walk it in, 2 jumps, or no jumps. All right, so I'm gonna go out, in, out, in, out. 2 push-ups, bring it in, jump, and jump. Out, in, out, in, out. 2 jumps. In, out, push-ups. Oh man, this sucks. All right. We break up that with abdominal. All right. Now we do scissors here. Now, if you want to lay all the way down, you can do it like this. You can do it like this. You can do it down here. You can do it up here. We're working. Pick your option. I'm just going Kind of gonna do a lot of options here. Head down, in front is fine. And again, I would say this is pretty challenging because your spine's off the ground and your legs are pretty low. You really gotta draw the abs in. So find a version that's challenging to you but doesn't hurt your back. You want to work the abs. You want to feel your quads and hip flexors. All right, so many options. So many options. You can do it with your knees bent too. That's another option. That's just to give us a break from our arms and our legs. Because to do that lunge combo with the burpee, it's hard. I'm facing the other side for the lunges. 5 seconds, here we go.
Ready?
Let's move. I do another variation of this, more challenging actually, where I bring the toes together and then bring it back out. Like this. It's a little less challenging because you just go up and down without having to bring the feet together and back out wide, back out long. You don't have to jump as high for this one, but you do a lot of reps. You should really feel that burnout. Okay. We're doing tricep focus push-up. If you do it on your toes, it looks like this. Hands and feet shoulder distance apart. Tricep push-up, bird dog.
Ready?
Tricep push-up, bird dog. On the knees, elbows nice and tight. Tricep push-up, bird dog. Again, when you bend those elbows, keep it right next to the rib cage. Elbows to about 90 degrees. Forehead close to the floor, just ahead of the fingertips. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the toes if I can here. Feet gotta be wide for the stability. Ugh. Feet wide for stability. Ooh, one more. Okay, we're back to a minute rest. We're gonna go back to the first leg for those lunges, double burpees, the flutters, other lunges, and then our tricep
Ready?
bird dog. Grab some water. All right. So this is going to take us to about 6:30. And normally we do a whole nother 10-minute round, right? But we're going to do 10 minutes of nonstop core work. And core is, we have about 20 seconds after this. Core work is any muscle that attaches to your spine and your pelvis. So we are going to do crunches. We're going to do obliques. We're going to do hip flexor work, leg lifts. We're going to do lower abs, upper abs, spine work, transverse abdominis. There's just so much going on in this area. So we can nonstop work our abs. Here we go. We can nonstop work our abs and our core, even though we're doing so many different moves. Good. Try to land with your feet in the exact same spots if you're jumping. Use those arms. Use the whole body. Don't forget to lunge. You gotta get that back knee down to about ankle height. It's not about landing with your legs straight. You're gonna land into that knee bend. All right, double burpees. Give it all you got. It's the last time we're doing it. I know it's tough after those lunges. Push-ups are optional if you don't want to do them.
Ready?
Here we go. 2 burpees. Double burpees. In, out, down, up, 2 2 jumps. And repeat. Land with your knees bent. Keep going, 10 seconds. You can do one more. All right. We got our flutters. Let's just give this a little break from our legs. Well, we are working our legs actually. Before we do the other lunge. Take your option. Spine on the ground, legs bent if needed. Change arm positions. Side, forward, up, where? What should I do with them? Hug myself. No, that's pretty hard. Keep the abdominals drawn in. Shoulders relaxed. We're definitely going to see some more bow poses during the 10-minute abs. Change how your abs work by changing your arm positions. Okay. 2 more exercises. So we take another 1-minute break and then our abs. Do lunges on the other side. So the ab challenge, I do want you to try to not take a break and keep moving.
Ready?
Does that necessarily mean you have to be doing what I'm doing? No. If I'm doing an exercise that doesn't feel great for your back or your neck, replace it with something else. Go back to your basic crunch. Go back to a roll up. We'll go back to a plank. Go back to whatever is challenging for you that is doable for you. All right? The goal is to try to keep moving the entire 10 minutes. Even if you're switching onto your stomach to work your spine. That's always a great way to give your abs a break. But continue to keep working. You work the muscle opposing the abs. All right, just spent 40 seconds doing lunges, talking about abs the whole time. Oh no, what am I doing? We gotta do a bird dog. Tricep push-up to bird dog.
Ready?
Feet hip distance apart. Brace those abs. For a moment, 2 limbs are off the floor, so you really gotta stabilize with your abdominals. Take your options. Try to start on my toes whenever I can. When I get tired, I go to my knees, but try to keep moving. Hi. All right. Grab your water break. All right, I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes.
Ready?
I know I could use this timer and change it every minute, but I don't plan to change an ab exercise every minute. I guess I could. Should I? Izzy looks like she's had a great workout. I mean, she just, oh, she's alive. Come on, Izzy, let's do some abs. All right, so I could switch an exercise every minute. Should we do that? That actually might be pretty fun. I don't need my time. I will do 1 exercise every minute. So you're gonna hear the 40-second, 20, let me see. Do I have a timer for a minute? I don't think I do. Oh, yes, I do. Got it. All right, 1-minute rounds. Perfect. Are you ready? On your back, we're gonna start with the basic crunch. And the reason why I always start with that is because it just reminds people, this is where you're gonna go back to if you don't wanna do whatever I'm doing. All right, 10 seconds. There we go. 10-minute abs. Abs of steel.
Ready?
Knees bent, feet apart. There we go. Crunch. Now you can go at any pace you want. In fact, I don't want you to go too fast because I want you to feel the abdominal muscles. I want you to feel your rectus abdominis working. It is not about momentum here. Elbows stay nice and wide. Use your abdominals to lift the head, neck, and shoulder blades right off the floor. We're gonna do a whole minute of this. That's the 30-second mark. If you want to keep your feet on the floor, keep your feet on the floor. You're still crunching, but I've lifted my feet into what I call tabletop position. 15 seconds of that. We have about 15 seconds left of this minute. I'm going to straighten my legs, but I'm still crunching. That's the 10-second mark. What? There's 15-second breaks on this? Take your hands down. Lower one leg at a time. Lower one leg at a time.
Ready?
Imprint that lower back. Keep the head and neck on the floor. Good. Now, when you lower one leg at a time, it's going to feel different than if you do a constant switch. Constant switch, constant switch. Switch, switch. As one leg goes down, one leg goes up. Keep your head, neck, and shoulder blades on the floor if you want. Or lift them up in a crunch position. Now, 15 seconds to go. I'm just giving you variations. You can continue lowering one leg at a time and keep your head down. All right, it's getting to that point where these abs are getting a little tired. I want you to flip over and come onto a plank. All right, feel free to be on your knees holding. If you're on your toes, I want you rocking forward and back. Forward and back. I know there's 15-second breaks built in. I didn't want to set up another timer, but I'm tracking it, so we're gonna hit 2.5 minutes.
Ready?
All right, hold on to that plank, march it out. Hold your butt still. It's the same height as your shoulders. Don't spill the milk that's on your butt. Legs are straight. Extend from the hip, so squeeze your butt to lift the leg. Doesn't have to be too high. Five seconds more, and then lower onto your stomach. Oh my gosh, take a break from your abs for some spine work. Now, let's start with just lifting the chest. Keep the head and neck aligned with the spine. Reach. Reach those fingertips toward the toes. And now if you feel okay in your spine, lift your legs as well. Lift all 4 limbs up and to the back of the room. And ignore that. We've got 10 more seconds. And I want you to come to your side. Option to keep the bottom knee down or lift straight both legs. Lift. Don't go all the way down. Strong through the shoulder. Work those obliques. Lift. Ten more seconds. It's kind of nice. I don't have to count. I'm just doing it based on time. 5 more seconds. You can just flip and face the back. I'm just going to turn around quickly. Okay, here we go. Same thing. If you are the bottom knee down, keep the bottom knee down. Don't lower your hips all the way down. Again, strong through the shoulder here. 5 seconds, you're gonna sit on your butt. Sit on your butt. I promise you we do these boat poses, in and out, suitcase. Hands can be back here for a little support. Or arms reach forward. I'll
Ready?
give you some arm variations. It's like your arms are pulling your knees up. Pulling your knees up. This is the less challenging version. The more challenging version is the opposite. Where your arms are up while your legs are out. Up, out. Open everything, close it. Do either version or keep your arms still in front of you. We have about 30 more seconds of this, so again, arms can stay here. Arms can open here. Ten more seconds. This is a really long minute. Lay on down. Quick stretch of the hip flexors. Roll all the way up. Roll down. Up. Yes, we are still working our rectus abdominis. But here's a nice stretch and roll. How much time we got? Oh, we got 2 more minutes. Ish. 2.5, I think. All right, you can keep going with this version of the roll up, or you can lift your legs up. So here, still a roll up, but my legs are up. Up. And down. Up. Notice where my knees are. They're not hugged into my chest. They're away from my body, and they're still away from my body. If I pull my knees over my hips, I'll just fall back. So you actually really gotta watch where your knees are. They're gonna be on the opposite side of my head, opposite side of this hip complex. 2 seconds. Ugh. Okay. This is an ab exercise, believe it or not. Hip bridges. Try to keep it moving. Consider this sort of an active rest. We are still working that core section. Your abs are working, they're drawing down as your butt goes up. All right, flip it. Do another spine exercise. Flutter. Right arm, left leg, and then switch. So giving your abs a break by working your spine. 10 more seconds. Okay, guys, we are on our last minute and 15 seconds. So come into your plank. We're gonna add knee to elbow, but with a pike. Pull, pull. You don't need to necessarily aim for the opposite elbow. You can aim for the center of your chest. Pull. Use your abs to pull up and in. This is our last, let's see, what is it, 45 seconds. Last 45 seconds. You can do it. All right, for the last 30 seconds, we're gonna go down, down, up, up. You can do it on your knees too. Alternate which arm goes down first. Keep your abs nice and tight. Find that straight line. For the last 15 seconds. Stay with me for 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ah, you did it. Oh God. Let's stretch. That's 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. We did it. We didn't stop moving. I want you to intentionally arch your back off the mat. So before I can't see it with my dark shirt, but I can slide my whole hand underneath my spine. So you really want to arch your back. Okay, and then let's stretch the spine. Take one knee and bring it to the opposite side. Take the other arm and anchor that shoulder blade. Oblique stretch. Spinal. You get into your lower back too. And you get a little bit to the down the thighs, glutes. Overall, this is a really nice stretch. A little winded from the abs, shockingly. Oh! Did you hate it? Did you love it? Trying to do something different? We never have to do that again if you don't want to. Wonder what my abs would be like if I did that every day. 10 minutes of abs training. I haven't done that before. All right, let's stretch the hamstring, reach forward. Whatever you grab, your shins, your toes, and bend your elbows. Once you grab what you're grabbing, bend your elbows and deepen the stretch. Pull your toes back. Even if you can't reach your toes, you can pull your toes back. And that stretches your calves. Okay. Quads. So here's the stretch of the front of the thighs as well as your hip flexors. Other side. Find your balance or find a wall. If you can't find your balance, find a wall. Or find a moving dog that runs around so that she doesn't help you balance at all. All right, we did some triceps here. So reach those arms nice and high. If you lean back a little bit, you get into your abs. And then lean to the side, get your obliques. While you're on the side, let's stretch the tricep. Triceps. Should be plural. Reach up, side bend first. And then triceps. It's always good to feel a little bit sore after boot camp. Usually the soreness starts the next day. It's called DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. I did not make that up. It's a legit term. If I ever have a new client that I'm personal training, I always warn them about it so they're not totally shocked and thrown off by it the next day or the day after. Sometimes you get it 48 hours later. It means you used your muscles. It means you did work. It's great. Circle those arms. It's not something to be afraid of. Yes, it's a little sore. It doesn't feel great. But it means you were productive. It means you challenged your muscles. It means they're going to grow. They're going to get stronger. Now, it's different if you have an actual injury. Like if you pulled a muscle or strained a muscle, you should be able to tell the difference between soreness and like, oh gosh, I'm limping. I can't like walk on it, right? You should be able to walk. It's just not very comfortable to walk. You should be able to like sit down in a chair and get up but it just feels sore. All right, thanks so much, everyone, for joining me.